With me now, our commentators, Professor Pete Shirley from Queen's University and Sam McBride from the newsletter. Welcome to you both. Thanks very much indeed for joining us on the programme. Let's talk about the big political issue of the week, obviously the health story and the handling of that health story. Sam, first of all, you had a chance to look at what the Minister said and to hear what Marie-Louise had to say in response to it. How big a problem is this, do you think, at the moment for the Minister and for his department?
It's an enormous problem when you have a Minister being as contrite as Edwin Poots has been today. I mean, I think it's been absolutely extraordinary. His performance in Talkback, I think, was actually quite impressive in the circumstances, because he just realised that people were completely furious at this, and he held his hands up as high as he could, basically, to try to say, I'm with you in this. Whether that's enough to overturn the public anger, to assuage the public anger, I'm not sure. But I think the central problem that he has is that he campaigned against pretty much what he's doing now, as we saw in the clip earlier, when Michael McGimpsey was the Health Minister. It's very difficult, I think, to make a credible case for closing care homes when you have been photographed campaigning against it. Many of the things that Edwin Poots has done as Health Minister, I think, have been quite bold. They have gone against the sort of populist line that the executive has tended to take. He has tried to listen to what the health professionals have said in terms of centralising bigger, more specialist hospitals. But on this issue, I think it's very difficult to see how he can push ahead with this particular policy.
It seems, Pete, almost as if it snuck up on them.
Well, I think that was the point when you were interviewing him there, that, you know, that question you asked about how do you not know? And there was quite an inadequate answer to that, and the fact that this has now rumbled on for several days. The policy itself's not wrong. It's quite clearly that this has been a sort of a Hiroshima effect, that this has just hit all of a sudden, and there's no real reason or explanation. And what we know about the National Health Service is you have to have confidence in it. You have to have confidence in it as a patient, but you also have to have confidence in the people who actually administer it, and with certainly those who are in political power. That's the centre core system that is the National Health Service, which is public confidence.
OK, Sam, do you think he'd stay or go?
I mean, there have been rumours that even before this, that perhaps he would stay because Peter Robinson was impressed with his performance, and maybe Jim Wells would be pushed back a little bit longer. Who knows what this will do, but certainly I think if it's starting to damage Peter Robinson, he'll not be too long in moving him out of the way. OK, Pete, we're going to stay on a health issue and talk about your moment of the week. A few statistics, rather, leapt out from the page.
Well, yesterday at the Health Committee, the issue about 27,000 appointments were missed over 2 years by consultants who were on leave, which I work out at about 50 or 60 per day. Now, we know there's a problem already with people turning up for appointments, etc. But we have a situation where consultants, and the argument was made yesterday, and the question was asked yesterday in the Assembly, is this because they're doing private consultancy work? And then the other factor that came out of this was that the private consultants are 6 times more productive when they work in private consultancy than they are when they work in the NHS. And then the comment was made by John Compton that the majority of people in the private sector are also working in the National Health Service. Now, that's part of their contract. That was one of the agreements that set up the National Health Service. But there are questions to be asked there about why this is happening.